Is this the first show of the new year?
Is it?
Yeah.
Man,
right?
I got way older.
Welcome. Here we go.
And I'm not Tony Hawk. Hey everybody, it's Jason Ellis and Tony Hawk. Hawk vs. Wolf, greatest podcast of all time in the history of the universe.
What he said about our podcast, and we have decks that are of the podcast.
Signed by the greatest skateboarder of all time in the history of the universe, and me.
Dang, I was going to get away with that. This is the same graphic that we used before, but with gold background, special edition.
It's like my teeth, but better.
It's number one. And the diptych, which is 2 decks, go side by side, signed by each of us, right there. Black with silver.
I love this board so much.
Tim Baring art on both of these.
Shout out to Tim. And get yourself one of these bad boys.
Gold-plated Hawk vs. Wolf signed deck and black and silver diptych available now.
Get one today.
You can get it at TonyHawk.com and in the shop right there. There's a little menu, upper right, shop. See both of these. Click add to cart, and we hope you give it to someone that has liked and described already.
Yeah. Make sure you do that if you haven't.
Thank you. You got a year older?
It was a rough New Year's.
This is it.
I didn't even do it.
I think we've begun.
What do you do on New Year's?
We have begun our New Year's.
What do you do on New Year's?
This is airing after New Year's.
Yeah, what did you do?
I am taking my kids on a trip.
Right.
To Mexico.
I'm not going. Whitney Cummings asked me. I reached out to her, just being friendly, and how's the a human coming out of your vagina and stuff. That's crazy. And then because I saw it, she went in the. What you can say? That's technical. Birth, man, it happens. Birth.
There aren't many women that you could say it to in that context that would take it so nicely, but I think she's one of the few.
She was on my show the other day, and I called her a pregnant something, and she laughed and laughed and laughed.
Yeah, well.
She's a good sport, but I saw her at the cryo. When you go in the cryo chamber thing. Sorry, chamber. Cryo. Who cares? The frozen booth.
Yes,
you go in a booth and they freeze you to the point where your eyelashes are frozen. She's in there after just popping one out. And I thought, because I made 2 babies with this one person, and that one person was like, I need help. I'm in bed, and you need to take care of it. And I'm like, wait a minute. Whitney Cummings went to the cryo thing like the day after. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe women are lying.
Or maybe it affects each one differently. Crazy notion.
That's your angle if you want to go there. But I think women are lying about how bad it is to have a baby, because Whitney Cummings is like already doing stuff. She's out there doing it. But she asked me what I'm doing for the holidays, because I was saying positive stuff to her, because things are getting way better for me.
Say more positive than the human coming out of your...
Yeah, well, that was a positive, because I did say, hey,
that's just more factual.
Human flying out, and you bouncing
out. Now you're changing the story.
Well, I don't want to say vagina again. I feel like I'm going to get in trouble.
Okay.
You can believe it.
Sure.
But, I said very impressive with the whole human coming out and then you being in the cryo thing. Yes. Like, respect.
That's fair.
That's all I was trying to say. And then it was like a positive conversation. And then she said, what are you doing for the holidays? And I said, nothing. I was like, my kids might see me on Christmas Day for a couple of hours, but that's it. And then I was like, whatever. If that's the way it is, I'll sit with it. And next year it'll be different. No reply. And I was like, you saddened it. You made it sad. You were talking about, let's throw babies out and keep on going. And then you went, wah, I don't have any friends. And like, I didn't need to do that. And now I regret it.
You're saying on your behalf?
I sent a sad text after.
You're saying that somehow you were sad because you were trying to hint that you want to get invited to something.
No, I don't think. No, not especially that one. That seems like a high pressure event. Whatever she's doing, I don't want to go there.
Have New Year's.
I'm just like, are there going to be like a bunch of famous people that are? I don't know. I'd be like, I'm cool. You know, and it's like a sober guy. I don't know if I need to go around hanging out with everybody. Yeah, I'm all right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be all right. What'd you? I was been saving this. You were in the desert.
Oh yeah.
On a train.
How do I explain?
And then the band was doing metal songs.
Yeah. Okay.
What is that?
Huh. This is a tricky one to explain.
Because you're not allowed to say because it's not out
No,
yet.
I can. It's just it's just like one of these things where
I'm just like, how do you get Tony Hawk to go to the desert? And on
Here's
a little, you know, the thing, the train where it's like the caboose thing where you pump it to go.
No, wait,
and I'm like, these tracks are going to nowhere.
Okay, I'll explain. Let me take you.
You guys were going nowhere.
I'll take you from the beginning. There's a guy I know that I've become friends with in New York,
and he's a gypsy,
and he creates experiences. And when I say creates experiences, I cannot do it justice of what he is capable of and what he has put together for people. He has a couple of other things that he does, but he's just this sort of creative genius. That's the best way I can explain him. Did you ever see the movie The Game? Do you remember that movie? With Sean Penn and...
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
With the guy, they just kind of create this guy's life experience, but the whole thing is planned and he doesn't know it.
Yeah.
It's a bit like that, where you just don't know what's coming, right?
Oh, and you were a part of it.
No, I said he was doing this huge project overseas that he'd been working on for like a year. Some crazy experience that, you know, who knows? There's no...
For somebody or just...
For somebody. And
Did they pay him a lot of money?
Family, yes.
So it's a real rich guy.
Yes.
It's always a guy, too.
But he doesn't always... Not everything he does is outrageously expensive. He works within whatever you want to do. So,
okay.
I went to his place in New York the last time I visited, and we were just talking about other stuff. We're both fans of rare whiskeys, and I said, would you consider doing something from my office, because we have a holiday thing every year, but I'm kind of running out of ideas, and you know, I don't want everyone to go bowling or go, you know, we just kind of do random stuff together. Yeah. And he's like, oh, let me think about it. I don't know if I have time. And then he came out here in September. He's just like, what can we work with? And I said, well, I'd like to do something that is relatively close, but if we have to drive a little bit, that's fine. Mm-hmm. And those are the only parameters I give him. I don't know what what he's planning, right? And my office knows even less. Yeah. And so
I noticed that your office was there too, and I was like, what is going on?
So we have our weekly meeting, and everyone's there, and then it was like there were all these gifts on the desk, which was not the usual like holiday gift exchange. They're already there. Yeah. And so I get instructions like open the gifts. So we open the gifts. There's like a shovel, a pickaxe, a first aid kit. There's a locked briefcase, just random stuff. Yeah. And a set of keys. Yeah. And we look outside, and there's this passenger van. Yeah. And then I just get a location. Yeah. Go here. So we all get in the passenger van with all the gear. Yeah. And then I drive out to the desert. Wow. To this gas station.
He'd be good. I'd like to take his advice. Like if I had a girlfriend or whatever, he could make me very romantic.
He told me he created an experience for some big hip hop artist. I'm not sure who or who it was at all, but he said that he created this whole experience because he wanted to apologize or make up to his girlfriend or significant other, and at every turn she had to make a choice, and he had to be prepared for whichever choice she went with. So he had all these different scenarios, but it's like A or B. Okay, A, we're going with A. Everyone get ready over here, because he hires a whole crew to do whatever. I know I'm being vague, but I don't, because I don't really know.
No matter what one she chooses, does it always add up to like?
It's going to end somewhere in the same scenario.
Okay,
whatever it was,
like, you could leave now, and then she leaves.
Whatever it was successful.
Right.
So
girls love that, Tony.
We meet him. Yeah, everyone there was some funny moments, but we meet him, and then we had this whole thing where we created this really elaborate drink in this giant bottle, and we corked it, and then we just start driving out to the desert, and we are driving. I mean, signs are like, no motorized vehicles past this point, government property. This guy goes rogue.
Yeah. It really was. You really weren't supposed to be there.
No.
But he had made you go out there.
Yeah, but you're jumping ahead of how this all went down.
Sorry.
So then he stops along the way, and we're following him. He stops along the way, and he's just like, if anyone, feels uncomfortable or has any issues, just hit me up. Like check in with me because I'm here. I'm not trying to make people feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then we go around this corner, and I see this white umbrella off in the distance, and I'm like, that's kind of on brand because he's very like old timey vibe.
Okay.
And we pull around the corner, and there's a train that he has created.
And train tracks.
No, the train tracks are there.
Oh, okay. Because they look like. Do they go anywhere?
They do.
Okay.
Yeah.
A train goes on that from time to time?
According to him, he researched it and no.
Right.
But I have a story about that too.
Okay.
So he's made this train and fabricated it out of. I mean, he like hired a welder, and he bought he bought the wheels from an abandoned train.
Yeah.
There was an abandoned school bus in the area. He pulled the seats out of it. He made seats.
Dude. Next level.
He bought a piano, made that one of the cars.
Attached it to. I saw that.
And then a pianist was there to play music. He's got a bar cart. He's making drinks in one bar cart. And then we just go off into the desert on a train.
Well, a guy
he made
plays piano and people give you drinks.
Yeah.
To nowhere.
We don't know where we're going.
Do you end up going somewhere, or do you just go back?
Oh, and then it derailed.
On purpose?
No.
Ooh.
But then he's got his crew. He's got one car with all the gear.
Yeah.
So he's got his crew. They come. They swap out one wheel, fix one of the bolts.
Yeah.
We're all just hanging out, drinking, playing,
listening to piano.
Back on the tracks. We go off. Then we stop and we go bury this bottle that we made a pact about. If one of us passes away, like we're gonna go find the bottle and share it. Whoever else is there.
That's sad.
The whole thing. Yeah, but I mean, it was something like it was a bonding moment.
Right, death can do that.
We created that scenario. He didn't say like you have to do this. Anyway, that one that's just a side note.
Okay.
So then we keep going, and I mean, it's lawless, and it feels kind of dangerous.
Yeah.
But it's amazing.
You didn't shoot anybody or anything, did you?
No. But I just mean like that we're just going off into nowhere.
Yeah.
And then the sun starts to go down, and we pull up to this water tower, and he has set up this whole sort of buffet, like snacks.
Yeah.
Scenario. A bunch of fur coats if you're cold.
Yeah.
Like, not fur coats, but faux fur.
Yeah.
And then this mariachi band comes from around the bin and starts playing punk.
Guns N' Roses and Faith No More.
And
I was like, man, when I saw that, I was like, this is the greatest band ever.
This was the cool part for me because I used a song in a social media edit a couple years ago. So by the way, I don't know any of this is going to happen. I just let him go with it.
Yeah.
Right. So all of this is just the experience is coming at us.
Yeah.
Like we don't know what to expect.
So cool.
And when the band started playing Iron Maiden, I was like, I swear I used their song for an edit I did. And I thought that at first they're called Metalachi.
Makes sense.
And I wanted to ask them right when they started playing. I was like, are you guys Metalachi? But then I didn't want to insult them if they're a band that does a similar thing to Metalachi. You know what I mean? Or Metalachi copied them. So I was kind of caught up. And then they started playing Iron Maiden. I was like, oh, that's the song I use. I was like, you guys are Metalachi. And they're like, yeah.
Oh, they were pumped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they played a whole set. And then after their first set, all of our spouses arrived.
Wait, they weren't with you?
No.
They're not a part of this.
They didn't.
They
we didn't know
they
were
don't get
coming.
to be a part of that.
We didn't know they were coming. They just showed up in the desert at sunset to Metalachi. And then we, the train was kind of...
Falling apart?
No, it was having trouble because there were so many cars. And it was heavy for the brakes because we had been going uphill the whole time, so we had to go downhill.
Wait, there's an engine in it. It's an actual train.
Yeah, it's a train.
I thought you were doing caboose style.
No. It was.
That is not a good look.
There was electric. There was an electric engine on the front, and there was a gas engine on the caboose.
Oh, okay.
But he hadn't turned on the gas engine, so he just took the caboose car, and then we all piled on top of the caboose car, all of us, and then we went downhill. Back to where we got picked up. Or back to where we got dropped off.
Yeah.
And then he had rented a whole Hot Springs hotel.
Because that was the next question. Where do you stay when you're out in the middle of nowhere?
At a Hot Springs hotel.
Because there is one there.
Yeah, it's nice.
There's a really nice hotel.
And they have dinner ready for us.
In the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, they have dinner ready for us. And then they have a bar. And then he's hired a blues band for the bar for us. It was crazy.
Like when this show, because we're obviously going to be huge now that we're here, and the money starts coming in, and then I find a girl that likes me, I'm gonna hit him up.
I'm gonna hire him,
and then I'm gonna bury me in the, I'm gonna give her a shovel, and then she's gonna dig me up, and I come flying out.
I mean, I got to talk to him at the end, and he was a little. He was a little apologetic because it derailed, and it took a little. There was a delay.
Whatever.
But I mean, it was part of the experience.
I know.
But I was like, I don't care. You made a train.
Amazing.
You made a train.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
The band itself, when I saw that, I was like, dude, I would drive 4 hours to see those guys play in the desert. That was badass.
They play pretty big venues. They do tours and stuff.
It makes sense because they were really good.
Yeah, and they were a little, they're playing to a group of 12, but.
I actually just got introduced to Brown Sabbath, and they have I think it's like 15, maybe 18. They got a lot of people in their band, and there's like bongos and all this other stuff.
Oh, wow. There's
a guitar guy that is playing the riff, and there's a drummer, but there is a whole bunch of other people, and some of the songs are, I don't want to, it's blasphemy, but they're kind of better than Black Sabbath, because when they start breaking down stuff, where there's just so many.
Did they change the lyrics?
No, but some of it is instead of singing, they do like the music is doing the vocals, like it's not the actual lyrics, but like the breakdown areas where like drummers are doing stuff, but then the bongos, and I swear there's like Moroccan, like there's so much happening. That at one point, several times me listening to it, I'm like, okay, this section right here is blowing the crap out of the original section.
They're building upon something.
Yeah. It was like, I'm super into it.
They played, let's see, Metalachi, they played Dio.
Yes, yeah.
Pretty sick.
That's awesome. I've actually been going to see some bands lately, and like I've been going to like, I don't know, I still don't know what to call it, but it's like black metal markets, where it's like it's like a market, and then they got it's like they sell like Danzig blankets and all kinds of weird metal jewelry, and
so it's like a black metal swap meet,
evil candles and like evil incense, and like you could get like coffee mugs that have boobies on them and stuff, like or like Viking skull faces. It's cool. Like I'm into it. Some of it is like one of the booths it was like real jank, and the lady was like, yeah, we find all this stuff like on the streets and make stuff out of it. And I almost was like, yeah, no shit. Like, it's so jank. Like, here's a piece of tire hanging off a string, and I'm like, I am not buying that. Like, I do not want this jank hanging off my chest.
But it's black metal.
But some of it was pretty cool. But the craziest thing about it was a bunch of people were coming up to me like and saying, hey man, are you Ellis? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, I love the show. And I'm like, what show? Yeah, this.
Sick.
And I'm like, what, really?
Shout out black metal.
Yeah, man. Like, the guy came up to me with a big dog, like a big scary dog, and he was barking at everybody. And he came towards me, and I was like, man, I don't know what's gonna happen now. Also, I realized how paranoid I am. Because he said, he was a big fan of the show, and I was like, oh man, that's cool. And then there was a band playing. I forgot the name of the band, but they did Motorhead covers, but they're like black metal. They have like, they got the executioners back in the day where they cut Braveheart's head off, but they got like the mesh thing over their face, so you can't really see their face, and then that little hood thing, but you could see through the mesh.
Medieval.
And they had medieval, but they had like the black metal, like the white face with the black stripes through the eyes, so you could barely see, but what you could see, they looked evil as hell. And the first song was just like, the bass player is the singer, and it's just like, and I'm like, dude, that sounds like Motorhead. Like, what are we doing here? And then they started playing the song, and I'm like, you guys are just missing one beat and one note, or this would be Ace of Spades. And then, so I don't know that they do covers. And then they start going, yeah, well, Motorhead ripped us off, so we're going to rip them back. He's joking, but I don't really get that. You know what I mean? I'm like, wait, this guy thinks he's before Motorhead? Like, I don't know about that, dude. But
It's like the Weird Al story.
Yeah, but a lot of people kept coming to me going, man, are you Ellis? And I was like, yeah. What is happening? And then, because I'm paranoid, I was watching, and I just felt like somebody was staring at my head, and I was like, and it was like a big guy with like long hair and a beard, and he was staring at my head. So I look at him, and I was like, and he was like, and then I look back, and I was like, man, is he gonna punch me in the head?
Oh my God!
I know, because he wouldn't stop staring at my head, and I couldn't tell if he liked me or he hated me. So then I asked my friend, I was like, I feel weird if this guy's creeping me out. I need to go back to the crowd so that he's not behind me. And then for the rest of the concert, I just kept like looking over to the side. And then I think maybe the next day I realized that I need to let it go, man. I grew up in a place like, this is ridiculous.
He was looking at you because...
I don't know. I never asked him.
You didn't ask him.
Because everybody else would come up to me with that weird look, they would say, hey, are you Ellis or are you Wolf, mate? Dude, somebody said it on the street right now. It's the guy with the baby. He's got a kid on a little bike, girl, and then his wife walking a dog, and then he's got, stroller with a little baby in it, and he's just got this, like grin on his face, and I'm like, okay. And then he's
I love
like,
at this
hey,
point you're not used to being recognized.
No. More so than ever. I feel like I've really lost.
I know, but you've definitely been through phases of your life where people were recognizing you.
Yeah, but I hit my head so much that I forget what it's like to be cool. Like, it's gone to me. Because now it's like, I don't suck, but I have felt insignificant for long enough now where if you go, are you Jason Ellis? I'm like, I didn't take anything from you. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm immediately jumping. Like, I don't have.
Don't blame me.
I didn't do it.
I
didn't do it. But he was like, "Are you Wolf, mate?" And I was like, yeah, not really, but yeah." And he said, "Thanks so much for like being a positive person in my life," and I was like, "Really?
Super cool."
Yeah. I was like, "You just made my day, dude." But it was like a big.
We should have brought him on as a guest.
Right?
From the street.
Dude, let's do it. People on the streets. We should go on the streets and interview people. You don't want to do that at all. I saw that face. He was like, that is the worst idea ever.
Yeah. That just seems like 80s talk show stuff.
I swear, this water bottle, I'm going to fight it. Every time I take a sip, it just pours down my face. Like, is this some sort of prank? Because it's working. You mean, do you want me to get pissed at water?
We're trying to make a comedy show here, Jason.
Liquid death doesn't go on your face. Man, I got a dress. I'm wearing a dress today. I was going to wear it for this show, but then I was like, don't be a bitch, Ellis. Wear it when the guests are on. Because they can be like, what are you doing?
Is that your plan?
Well, no, I didn't really think about it because I didn't know which show we were going to do or what was going to happen. So I bring changes of clothes. I bring T-shirts.
Me too.
But then I remembered, you don't know this because you wouldn't try, but if you get a certain kind of dress, because I think, here's how I discovered it. I used to wear long shorts because I'm a skateboarder. Then one day, I don't know, I was like, I'm going to wear a Speedo in the pool. And then when I swam in the pool with the Speedo, I was like, what have we been doing? Like, this is so much more freedom and so much more like comfortable. You can make that face.
What are you racing? Like I don't know what.
I don't have to win a race to wear a Speedo. I'm comfortable.
Okay.
It's more comfortable
It's fine.
to have no stuff on your legs because when
Okay.
it gets wet, when you lift your leg, it catches on your knees.
It's just more revealing, and that's just not what I'm down with. So
Well, that's
for
their
me,
problem.
it's okay. I'm
Don't
just saying.
stare
like,
at it. You know, like this is kind of like being a
Don't
pretty
stare
lady.
at
Like
it.
if you look at my cleavage, excuse you. You know what I mean? My eyes are here, Tony. They're up here. Okay. It's your perverted mind, and you need to get a grip on it.
I'm not getting caught
Stop
slipping.
checking my bulge.
Wow.
Hey, Tony, you ever like accidentally have a bunch of subscriptions to things that you forgot you had subscriptions to, or maybe you found out that you might have had two and you didn't even want the first one?
I think I have way more than I care to admit to, especially considering some involve my children.
Yes.
Why?
Okay.
Why do you ask?
I'll tell you why. Because Rocket Money.
Yeah.
Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills.
You can see all your subscriptions in one place, and if you see something you don't want, you can cancel it with a tap. You never have to get on the phone with customer service.
They'll even try to get you a refund for your last couple of months of wasted money and negotiate to lower your bills for you to buy up to 20%. All you have to do is take a picture of your bill, and Rocket Money takes care of the rest.
Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has helped to save its members an average of $720 a year. $720.
You invented that.
Talk to me. Thank you. With over 500 million in canceled subscriptions.
I did one, and it wasn't on video.
You did?
Backside grab.
Well, now you can save over $720 a year.
No offense to you inventing that trick, but I would rather save $720. Stop wasting your money on things that you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/wolf.
That's rocketmoney.com/
Wolf. Like me,
Oh,
the
weird.
wolf of Hawk versus Wolf, the more important part of this show.
rocketmoney.com/wolf.
Yeah, baby. But anyway, so I started wearing short shorts, and then I boxed in short shorts, and I'm like, I'm never going back. Basketball shorts, you got to be joking me. Like it's all catching and stuff. And then I thought, wait a minute, short shorts. Pretty comfortable. Speedo, extremely comfortable. But also on the street, like I get it. Speedo on the street, with the way I look, it's gonna. I'm not looking.
I think anyone in a speed on the street is going to get
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't want it. I don't want that
side eye.
that much hate. Yeah. I already get enough. So
And we're definitely not doing interviews that way because no one's going to want to talk to us.
fair enough. But the dress, if it's a t-shirt material, because t-shirt material is the most comfortable material you can get, in my opinion.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't. Maybe silk. I don't know. I've never wore it. Cashmere, I've never worn it either, but it does sound pretty casual. But anyway, so t-shirt material, and then this bit here, nothing touching your legs, just freedom. And I remember, like Braveheart, they wear kilts. They're manly. It's kind of like, I was like, I wonder how relaxing it is. So I bought one. Lo and behold, ridiculously comfortable. Ridiculous.
Okay.
So now I'm wearing it in the house because I don't want to freak anybody out on the streets because, I'm a big, tough, scary guy with a dress on. And I know that it confused some people and they're like, oh, I am angry now. And I'm like, I don't want to make anybody angry. I just want to be comfortable. So I've been wearing them in the house. But then the one that I got, it was like a blue and white. And I was like, I don't really like the blue and white. It's a little too loud for me. So I found another one that was just all black. And it just makes me happy when I wear it, but I've never worn it in public. And then I was like, Hawk versus Wolf.
I don't think you need to start here.
You're against it.
I'm not against it. I just don't think this is the place where you need to that needs to be the inaugural event. Is what I'm saying.
I just wanted to be relaxed.
I mean, don't you doing a bunch of shows of your own each week?
Yeah. You're telling me to
Maybe
go,
just ease into it a little bit.
this is too much?
I'm just saying, like, just you've got a venue. You know what I mean?
All right.
I don't really care. I just think that
Sounds
maybe
like
you want to ease it. Well, you're gonna do that. I think it's. I do think
I'm
it's
not
a
gonna
little-
do the Sharon Stone thing and like
No, it's not that. It's more that
show
you're
my
gonna.
vag to
You're not
anybody.
putting guests at ease if that's how you're showing up. That's what I'm
It's
saying.
stylish. It's like very fashionable these days to wear a dress.
Okay, but I'm just saying we are.
The other thing I realized
we
that
are going to meet strangers.
Yeah.
and we're doing. Truth be told, we're doing more than one show today,
Ooh.
so we have guests coming in and out, and they're going to be a little like.
What's up with the guy with the dress?
I just feel like it doesn't give them a
get it.
sense of ease.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
What about if I
I
talk
don't-
to them for
I'm
a
just
little
saying in
bit?
this scenario, you can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter to me.
Right.
But I feel like in this scenario, it's like you walk in and someone's
should
wearing
put
a
it-
costume.
I
It's
should
like,
put it on
dude.
now.
Sure.
Right. I'll do that.
If you feel so compelled to wear it, yes.
Well, I don't want to make you uncomfortable with your
I don't
guests.
care what you do. I don't want the guests coming
Seems
in and
like
be
you
like, "Oh,
do.
dude, what is going on here?"
Wait, don't do it? Why is everybody telling me not to wear a dress? All right, I won't wear it. Forget it. Cut it out. I don't like dresses.
I didn't know this.
Just between us, if anybody is listening, it's pretty comfortable. Just saying. All these haters judging.
I didn't know this is where we're taking a hard line.
Sorry. Just freedom, man. It's like freedom down there. I don't have like panties on. Like I got boxer shorts.
I don't. It's. Oh my god.
All right.
I'm not worried about the risque factor.
All right.
It's more like
What about
we are hosting people. That's my point. We're
about-
hosting people.
what about the Joker? He wears dresses.
Does the Joker have a podcast?
Does the Joker have a podcast? He's probably too. What? Jared Leto.
Yes. You mean the fictional character of the Joker? Does he have a podcast?
Oh.
And
well,
people
he's not
know
real.
him as the Joker, so they probably are already aware that he's going to be the Joker when they walk into a podcast studio.
Touche.
Right? If people know our show and they've seen it online, you haven't been cross-dressing on the show. So that's just my point.
Cross-dressing. That was right. I didn't realize it was that much of a. Yeah.
I don't.
No, you're right. Don't get awkward about it. Man.
No, but
Relax.
now you make me sound like some misogynist. Like I'm just trying to have
you-
the best conversations we have.
I've
we
always
can
thought you're a really heavy
guests.
misogynist. You're casual. You're cool.
I feel like there's people that are watching going, you just stop.
Yeah. All right. I will. So what else is going on, Tony?
I don't know. That's it. That's all that's going on.
That's it.
I don't know. I've been
Do you wear
skating.
pajamas?
No, I wear sweatpants.
Huh. Have you
You know the
ever?
kind of sweatpants that people wear that when they're just out and about now? How
Yeah.
that's just a thing.
Yeah.
Those are my pajamas.
Do you find when people wear those
Yes.
pajamas on the
Yes.
you're like, what the hell are you doing?
A little bit. It's like, is it pajama day?
Yeah.
At school?
Wait, was that a thing at your school?
Yeah, it was just my. In fact, I just brought my daughter to school yesterday
In pajamas?
Yeah, because it was pajama day, and so that's how in my head, that's how I
Huh.
liken it.
Yeah, pajama day seems
I feel
pretty
like
casual.
I'm just apparel shaming now.
Yeah, I mean,
That's my job. On
look,
the
if you
show
want to be
now.
laid back and wear some baggy pants, like go for it. You know, I ain't got no problem with you. I've been lifting weights.
I feel like people travel these days. People travel in what would amount to pajamas because they want to be totally comfortable.
Yeah,
But at some point, it's like that's pretty.
I just feel like sweatpants are more comfortable than pajamas.
Yeah, sure.
Like an ankle hold makes me feel safe.
Oh,
If
yeah.
it's just
Except
like- if
I
it's
don't
just
like,
like-
but mine creep up at night. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You don't
That-
like that?
I don't like waking up and feeling that.
Oh, it's
tension.
like cutting some circulation off or something.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, it's
fair
just-
enough.
Just uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, I noticed, like your pants I always bring up to my executive producer, Miles, because he gave me some pants recently that were like, what's happening in the kids today where it's like flared out ankles. And he's like, why don't you wear those pants I gave you? And I was like, Sapazi, shout out Sapazi. But I was like, because I don't want to I don't feel comfortable. I look down, it's a little loose. But I did wear them the other day, and I went to the supermarket in it, and I felt like I was wearing a dress. because I was like, is anybody
Oh my
noticing
god.
how flared out my ankles were? But nobody seemed to care. But after about 3 or 4 hours, I was like, wait, I don't even care. These are actually kind of cool. I didn't realize, but I just had to commit to it for a few hours, and now I feel like I can wear like loose pants at the bottom. I think I'm okay with it.
Okay, I'm glad you come to terms with that.
I just didn't give up, you know? I was just like,
That's it, because you're a skater.
that's right.
You keep trying.
I won't give up,
you
Tony. I will never give up. I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I'm not going to give it up.
Speaking of not giving up, I thought I'd be seeing you at the ramp more.
Yeah, well, I don't know if this is. I got sober from stuff. Nothing real bad. I know it's like I'm not like I wasn't doing like heavy stuff or anything, but I did some weed and some kratom, and I got a little into it and didn't think it was a big deal. And then when I stopped, I was like, wow, this is actually a big deal. My body's freaking out. So I've had like some not feeling good body wise. So I was like, I can't wait to skate because I did a 540 and that day I was on stuff. And I'm like, imagine what you could do if you weren't on that. Because I always knew that the facts are, like, I smoke weed because I don't want to do any.
Did you smoke weed before that? Like before that?
Right before it.
Right before that.
Right before it.
Wow.
In the tent.
In the tent?
Yeah. And then when Bucky came in, I walked out and went under the ramp and finished it.
Wow.
Yeah, because I
Okay.
can't do anything without it.
Got it.
I hate saying that, but that's just the bottom. That's the facts. So, yeah, I got like real
Does
sweat.
skating seem scarier now when you
Not
consider
at
it
all.
being sober?
Not at all.
Doesn't.
Not at all. It was always, I can say it now, but I was always a little worried when I go to the ramp because I know that I'm not as sharp as I can be.
Right.
But it's also, if I go completely sober, I'm going to be so edgy that I just can't be there. I gotta smoke something before I get on the ramp. And which makes me slow at the start. I usually like try to break a sweat. And then once I break a sweat, I've kind of sweated out I get my peripherals back. And then I go, okay, now I can start doing some stuff.
Yeah.
But it's still foggy. It's just when you've been foggy for 20 years, it's not foggy anymore. It's normal. So I can tell by boxing, I can tell by lifting weights already that I'm already way better. But it was like 20.
Okay,
maybe.
so you're saying that you're giving your body a chance to readjust before you go skate.
Yeah. And then, so once I got past the detox of it all, I got a cold. So then I was like, okay, you got another week. And then once I got that, I've only been back like I started lifting weights at the start of the week. And then I went boxing yesterday for the first time. And when I went boxing, like with my coach that I train with all the time, usually if I haven't trained for a couple of weeks, it's like not the greatest session. I'm 10 times better. I was 10 times better yesterday than I've been in.
Does he notice it too?
Hell yeah. He was like, dude, your feet are moving. Like, and then I salsa danced afterwards. And because he's Cuban and he always laughs at me when I dance salsa because he's like, what is wrong with you? You know, because apparently I just don't know how to do it no matter how hard I try. He's like,
Wait, are you going to actual salsa dance thing?
I am going to actual salsa dance lessons, but my boxing coach he's
right, but you're just doing it in front of him just to.
He's been teaching me how to salsa dance.
Oh, he's been doing. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll box, and then after we box, because sometimes I play a lot of Spanish music.
Yeah.
Fighting to me, my motivation when I fight is like salsa music.
I love the idea. I was like, let's fight. All right, now let's dance.
Well, if you don't know this, but there's a lot of that in boxing.
Absolutely. But I think it's. I never thought of it as being like a one-stop shop with the same.
Well, they're very similar.
Same thing.
The salsa dance is like footwork, and boxing is footwork. So it's kind of like if you learn how to salsa dance without thinking about it, cutting angles is the same footsteps. Like you don't drag, you've got to step, and then you've got to step back, and that's what salsa is. So they definitely help each other. But I've always been bad at footwork, and hence very bad at salsa dancing. And he's been teaching me foot patterns for years now, and finally my feet are starting to move, which is crazy at 52 that I got better at an athletic thing then when I was 42, my feet didn't move anywhere near like they do now. And then yesterday, for the first time, I did it and my shoulders didn't move because he keeps calling me, who's in Seinfeld, the lady that does the weird dance and everybody makes fun of her? Elaine.
Yeah.
He's like, you're like the Elaine of salsa dancing.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm like, stop, dude.
Yeah.
It's not a good compliment.
Yeah.
He said something about being white too, but that's okay. It might be true. But yesterday I started doing it and he was like, dude, like that. And I'm like, okay, because I think my brain tells my body to do stuff and there's no there's no blockage from the brain to the toes.
Okay.
And it's starting to work, which is also making me very excited to go to the ramp. But I was waiting until I was not like having some sort of temperature change, like where you're just standing there and you're like, yep, normal day. And I've got a hoodie and a jacket on and I'm freezing and sweating. And I'm like, this is probably not the greatest time to skate.
Oh, you mean because you were sick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, the detox was worse, where I was just like
train spotting.
Almost did for weed. It's pretty embarrassing to be like freezing. Like Brianna took me to I did comedy a couple times, and one of the sets I knew that I was going to do this China story where I have to take my shirt off, and I had a giant Levi's woolly jacket on. And
and you freeze.
And I'm freezing, and I feel sweat pouring down my back, and I'm like,
"That's not good.
This is not good." And I was like, I don't know if I can take my jacket off to get up on stage, because by the time I get on stage, I'll be like, "Hey, everybody!" Like, well, and I was like, "You can do it." But it was that much pressure where it was like, I can't wait for this to go away. And now it has, and I know Jimmy Wilkins has got boards in our studio waiting for me. So
that's what those are. I could not figure out what those are. That's where I go change.
Yeah.
To go skate.
Yeah, I know.
Every day.
Yeah.
And those boards just appeared, and I was like, "What are those?"
Yeah, those are Big Daddy J's cakes.
Is that his graphic? Because there's a wolf on the graphic.
Is there? Wait, he got a new board with a wolf on it, or is he trying to do something real nice to me? There's no way he put no.
All right.
Jimmy's just got a wolf on there, which would make sense.
Maybe.
Anyway, every board Jimmy gets me, I make sure that you see that it is a Jimmy Wilkins board. Very
okay.
I'm very proud to be representing. Shout out to you, Jimmy. I love you, dude. Yeah, so I can't wait.
Okay, good. Well,
and your videos of Kevin Starr also, when I see that, I'm like...
Kevin, he really had to break through some mental block. It was hard for him to get back to skating.
I can relate
one day
so
he just felt
much.
He felt like, I miss having fun.
Yeah.
And then he came and he took I think a total that day maybe 10 runs.
Yeah.
And on his last run, did a line that you would have seen him do at any point in his life.
I completely relate. When I got knocked out,
and then he's like, that was it. He's like, okay, I'm done. I'm back. Here we go. And he's been back.
And now he's just back and he's fine.
He's still trying to, he's just trying to get his confidence back.
I think that when I got knocked out doing that hand plant when I first started skating again, that definitely scared me.
Oh yeah,
because I was like,
of course,
it'd be different if I was like, I'm gonna go for something that I'm not sure. I was like, dude, this is nothing. I used to do this with my eyes closed, and this one I did it. I think my eyes were closed because all of a sudden I was like, hey, why are you here, Tony? And you were like, dude, look at your helmet. Yeah. And I'm like, wait, if that's a broken helmet, well, how sore is my brain?
Yeah. Speaking of hand plants, I skated with Buck yesterday, and he was almost doing switch layback airs, but like proper like Christian Osoy layback airs. Thumb up.
Can he do regular ones like Christian? Because I saw him working on those a long time ago.
I think they're very hard. Probably wouldn't be much for him, but he wanted it to look like almost like a backwards frontside invert type of thing. But yeah, he's so good. It's crazy.
He is an amazing person.
It's so fun skating with those guys. Yeah, I'm just trying to get back it was weird because I did the video and now I don't have some great directive every time I skate.
Yeah.
And I find myself kind of spinning out like, I don't know what to do. I don't know. Like, I don't know how to skate and do link tricks anymore.
Why not?
Because I was only skating for that video. It was just one trick at a time.
Make the trick, then move to the next one.
For a couple months. And so I'm getting better at it, but definitely, I hit 6 walls. I'm like, whew, that was a whole routine.
Yeah, but hey, see, that was the last time I skated was after I did the 5 and I came down the ramp and I'd been skating a lot, and it was the first time where I was like, yeah, I'll do that, and then I'll do that, and then I got out and I was like, dude, I don't know how many walls that was. That I can skateboard again.
Yeah.
And I think at one point I've even posted, like I screamed on the deck, like glory cry. 'Cause I was like, I might be the best ever. It felt good. Yeah, so I'll be back real soon. And now you're kind of making me this 9 o'clock session. That sounds pretty juicy. Like, because
I think it was yeah. So I had to go pick something up at the office. I actually went there to get Christmas gifts because I'm such a cheapskate.
Whatever.
So I went to get Christmas gifts, including some of these sweatshirts for friends.
Thank you, by the way.
I think it was like 8:30 at night, and just full. No, those guys had just gotten there actually.
Yeah.
So Tom Shar, Chris Russell, a few others are just going hard.
Actually,
and like I am so done skating by 3 p.m.
Yeah,
at
but you go
the
to bed.
Latest.
You go to bed at 9.
But I'm just saying,
It's different.
It is different, but yeah, if you want to, I'm sure if they welcome you to jump in on those sessions.
That's what I'm saying. I'm in the comedy world now where it's kind of like I did.
But just know when you're skating with that crew, it's a different.
Yeah, whatever. You're all way better than me. Watch out. Here comes old man Witherby. Like, I don't care.
It's not that. It's more that it'll get you like, I gotta
step it up.
Yeah. You don't. It's not even conscious.
It just happens. You're right. Yeah.
And that's when we're in the danger zone.
Wow.
I'm just giving
you
fair
I really
warning.
Appreciate that because I know that you go to bed and you're not going to be there, and I need Tony Hawk to tell me,
balance.
like you did in Tampa, where you were like, hey, slow down.
Chill.
And I was like, duly noted, because I forgot who I was, and it was because everybody was there and everybody was jamming, and I was like, just go, you know what I mean? Like, and I was like wobbling everywhere.
Anyway, when you're skating with Tom Shar,
I've seen video lately where I'm like, okay, something happened. You look like you're ready to...
because he's just been zeroing in on vert.
Right. Because he was usually like park and doing the street.
I didn't even tell you this. For my video, because we haven't... I don't think we've done this since my video was released, the Thrasher video, but I was trying to get a last trick, and I had that ledge up over the gap.
Yeah.
And I was trying to do... backside blunt slide, so blunt slide, backside 180 in.
Yeah.
And I'm so used to coming off of coping that I can't redirect my energy to come off of a ledge.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like an actual box ledge, because it's just not that street. And I need my coping as my comfort.
Yeah, that's crazy because I disagree with that completely. The coping is the bit that stops me from getting it over.
Yeah, I'm used to sliding on coping and popping out on coping. Yeah. So anyway, that's my disclaimer. Yeah. And I tried it for a couple sessions, and I got kind of close, but I never felt like I really had my feet on it the way I need them. And I left the ledge up there, kind of just forgot about it. And then, so I'm trying this. I'm thinking this is gonna be my ender trick, right?
Yeah. He didn't drop in and do it, did he?
He doesn't even know I'm trying. No one knows I'm trying. Like when I'm shooting video, I'm on my own. Like as far as anyone knows, ramps closed that day or for that 2-hour window. So no one knows what I'm doing except for Jared and Cameron who are filming.
Yeah.
So I've been trying that. Anyway, I see just some random Instagram clip of Tom Shar doing a frontside blunt slide on the box in a line.
Yeah.
It's just getting from point A to point B.
Yeah.
It's not even the thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like for me, it would be that's
my end game
forever.
Slow mo, yeah.
Yeah, like thank you, good night. I can't do no more.
No, he was just getting to the other
side.
So
he's just getting to the other side, and I was like, all right, I'm not trying that anymore.
There's no way. Wait, he gave up because he did it.
Yes, because not because he did it, because he did it frontside so easily.
Yeah,
and it was just like, and I'm sitting here, torturing myself over about. Anyway, it was good because then I realized like I got to switch up, and I'm only trying to get my last trick at this point.
Okay. Oh,
And so,
okay.
you know what I mean? Like that's supposed to be my last trick. And I was
Yeah.
like, I'm putting all this effort into this thing. I'm not doing that anymore.
Okay.
So then I thought it'd be cool to do a board slide and pop out 180, like a board slide,
That seems way harder.
like a rock and roll board slide.
Yeah.
But maybe I can angle it out a little bit so I just kind of come off of it.
Yeah.
And I kept doing it, but I don't have that thing where those guys can lip slide and ollie out.
Yeah.
So I was getting it, but my feet just weren't that secure. And then at one point, my truck hit the coping on the way in.
Okay, that's where it came.
And I was like, "That's the trick."
That was sick.
So then I started trying that, and that's how it worked.
Right.
But that was
It's better.
evolution.
I thought it was better anyway.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was like a happy accident.
Yeah.
For me, it was.
Yeah, I'll take
I thought
that.
it was better. I thought it was cooler, and so that's how that came to be. But it did stem from Tom Shar just shutting me down without even knowing it.
Shout out to Tom Shah.
Dude,
I saw a video today of him doing a 540 on your ramp.
he's like almost hitting. He really is almost hitting the ceiling.
Yeah, it's the biggest 540, and it looks like he could do it all day. I'd be kind of worried about this year's vert competitions because Tom Shah was like, he's looking like he might be like everybody needs to suck my butt. Like he's gonna be ahead of everybody because if he looks very consistent.
Yeah,
with
it's
it
almost
too.
like he needs a different, wider ramp.
That's crazy because your
Because
ramp is gigantic.
It can't. Yeah, it can't contain him.
Yeah, the
He's freaking gonna
lines
fly off the edge of it.
Yeah. Just to go one way and then go back the other way, but not like I used to think I was kind of good for I could grind across the ramp and then grind back again. He's doing like kickflip backside lip slide and
Oh
then
no!
flip.
And then backside and then backside again.
Yeah.
I mean that's really just a thing. If you've ridden my ramp, you don't go over the channel and then hit
go-
the opposite wall
yeah.
and go over the channel the same way again.
No.
That you don't do that.
No.
It's so frightening.
Yeah.
And
You're going to slip out and
you're
destroy
gonna
yourself.
and just or you're not gonna have the speed. And then he's doing the hardest tricks in that line.
No, the hardest tricks
hardest
all
tricks, yeah.
day.
Yeah. So shut up.
Yeah.
So we should talk about why we're in the studio.
Yeah, we moved.
We moved.
We're way cooler now. We're yeah, I'm not going to. It's positive.
We're a bit transient.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been looking for a home that fits, and we're new to podcasting because we came from satellite radio, and we didn't really know, you know what I mean? We're skateboarding and doing other stuff, and I was like talking into
We
a
didn't know we'd be
microphone.
in foster homes.
Yeah, it's like talking in a microphone, like, how hard is it? Well, you know what? Talking in the microphone bit we had unlocked, but the rest of it, we did not know what was going on, and we took some advice from some dumb people, and then all of a sudden we were in a poo basket.
But I think the silver lining of that is that we've been able to actually grow
the
thanks
show.
to you guys for
Yeah.
liking,
Seriously.
and subscribing, and describing.
That too.
Because it has been kind of tumultuous, but we have been growing our audience, so
yeah.
that's what we need, and we're gonna land on our feet. We're getting there,
Yeah.
but that studio is no longer in use. In fact, that place is no longer going to be a
Yeah.
podcast place.
Not
But
our fault.
we have the skateboards from the
They
wall.
did that all by themselves.
We got to give those skateboards away.
Yeah, we're gonna give all the people that like and describe. I answered so many people when I posted the video that we're taking the boards off the wall.
Yeah, but you're
How do I
going
get 'em?
rogue because I don't know what you're like. You're telling them.
I'm saying you gotta like and subscribe iTunes and YouTube, probably Spotify too.
How are we picking people out? That is such a
Because you got to make a comment.
on
And
YouTube.
the best comment on the YouTube or
but
the
on which show?
the latest one. This one.
This one.
Yeah.
I'm saying you've been saying that for a while, so I don't.
Yeah,
know.
well, they can keep making comments until we pick one. Oh, I had to make 3 different comments on 3 different episodes. Cry me a river. You're going to get a free board from Tony Hawk. Shut up. It's a good deal.
But I'm gonna be the one that facilitates that probably. So I need to know.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so, okay, thank
I
you.
see what you're saying.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, you're just like, yeah, woo, we're gonna get boards away. Todd, just write a comment.
Yep, my bad
And
on
then
that
he just
one.
walks out the door.
Kind of, yeah. Okay, I see what you. Yep, not my bad. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that. Now
Okay,
that I,
so I
yeah.
should be picking comments already.
yeah,
All right.
yeah. That's what you need to do on top of everything else that you do.
Okay.
My bad. But the show, we're growing mainly because
How
of
many
him. But
skateboards do we have on the wall there?
5.
Maybe 5 or 6.
yeah.
Okay. Well, let's give most of them away on this show.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So this
So let's
episode.
say 4. We're gonna give 4 away
Yeah.
to comments on YouTube on this show. If you're listening from some other place, just go to YouTube,
Yep.
find the show, write a comment.
Okay. Just so you know, I've been telling everybody, like typing it out to all messages, hundreds and hundreds of them saying, you need to like and subscribe to our YouTube and iTunes. And then people would screen cap and send it to me, which means I've been making people sign up to our podcast.
Okay, but
you're welcome.
do you feel like that's a little dishonest because you're telling them to do that, but that's not how we're giving them away?
No, but if they've signed up, then obviously they're listening to this episode, and then they will get the great news that the comment
Okay.
before was appreciated, but it didn't
All right.
get you anything.
All right.
But this one is gonna hook you up.
Okay,
We're
so
gonna
I think we should give away at least 1 or 2 on the Heath episode then, which was last week.
Right. We'll do that.
All right,
You'll
so
do that.
We're giving 2 away on the Heath episode, 4 on this one. Is that it? Is
Yep.
that confirmed?
Yes.
Do we have 6 skateboards from the?
If we don't, I have another
Because
one.
there was an extra. I know, but there were the ones on display. So
Right. 5.
there were 5 on display, but they gave me another one that was on display and it fell down.
Okay, so 6.
We have 6.
Okay.
All right, there you go.
Not to mention,
Thanks for
you get to
clarifying.
watch the show, which is
You get to
really cool.
watch me spin out trying to figure this the logistics
It is kind
of
of fun.
giving them away. Cool.
It's been a great episode.
You're gonna leave now. Are you gonna drop another bomb though? Oh, we're also gonna give away
Yeah,
a flamethrower. See ya.
I'm not giving that away. No way.
That's what I'm gonna do to you.
I'm just gonna be like, you lie. 'Cause I'm gonna make a comment and be like, Ellis needs to keep that. I'll be like, good, it's in the mail. I was gonna bring it today, but it smells like gas.
I'm sure you're gonna bring it here.
Yeah, to put it on display,
Oh, I see.
like to have a Hulk versus Wolf
Oh,
flamethrower.
yeah, we should have. It's kind of an archive of stuff.
Right? Like I feel
Yeah.
like not many podcasts have their own flamethrower. You got to take what you can get.
They're gonna give me my friend who did that experience in the desert.
Yeah.
He's giving me the piano that he bought.
Where you gonna put it?
I don't know.
On the ramp?
No,
I can play one song.
you can't. What?
Easy like Sunday morning.
Really?
Yeah. This is the greatest thing about it. So I didn't know
I didn't see that one
I'm
coming.
because I didn't know that the Commodores did it first. Because I'm not old, you know. Well, I guess I am now, but at the time I was not old. So I knew Faith No More as the people that made
Wow.
Easy Like Sunday Morning.
That's amazing.
And in the Faith No More song, the guitarist guy with the part hair, that the Indian guy,
Yeah.
he does a lead solo on there that is a little bit different than the Commodores one, and it's sick. And I was playing a lot of guitar back then, and I figured out how to do it. So I had that solo down. And then my brother, who passed away, but at the time, my grandmother left me a baby grand when she passed away, and so it was in my father's house.
Yeah.
My father sold it to his sister, so my auntie has it. But my auntie loves me, and she's like, when I die, you can have the baby grand. I'm like, that's great, because it's in Australia, so I'm pretty sure me mailing it to me is more than a baby grand that I buy in the store here.
I don't even.
So
Doesn't
maybe
even seem possible, but
yeah, but it's really cool. It's white, like it's really fancy piano. So my little brother Stevie figured out how to play that song on piano, and
because
he
of Faith No More.
yeah, oh yeah, he for sure did not know the Commodores made it at all. I'm the one that like stayed around long enough to be like, wait a minute, Lionel Richie, eh? Like just blown away that somebody else had made it. So he figured out how to play that song, and then we recorded it like on a cassette tape where I had my amp in the living room and he played the piano. So then I learned
No
how to,
line in though, just the microphone on the cassette.
oh yeah,
recorder
oh
thing.
the most janky record, yeah, real bad. But you can hear that it's a Faith No More cover,
Yeah.
or a Commodores, whatever you want to call it. So eventually I figure out how to play that song on piano. And so many times on skateboard tours around the world, there's a piano
Oh, that's so
somewhere,
great.
and
Yeah.
I'm drunk, Jason, and everyone's like, "Oh, piano," and I get out of the way. You know what I mean? And I'm like, ding, 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 and everyone's like, "Dude, you know how to play the piano?" And I'm like, "Of course I do." And then I just walk off and don't tell anybody that I only know
the only
one
song
song.
you know.
That's it. Like, I can't even play chopsticks, but I know that one song.
That's so amazing.
And it works so many times where people are like, "Man, do you know Ellis can play piano?" And I'm like, "Idiot, no." Like, not at all.
That's one of those songs that I would categorize as stop rock, because
Okay.
Kevin, any like 70s kind of hit like that,
Yeah.
he knows all the lyrics.
Yeah, okay, it makes
And
sense.
you know, you associate Kevin obviously with punk rock, and
Yeah.
he's always looking punk and whatever. But
Yeah.
but his mom, he was always in the car with his mom. His mom was always listening to 70s hits.
Yeah.
And so when I hear something like that, I'm like, "Oh, stop rock!" And you look over at Kevin, and he will be mouthing the words.
He knows every
Oh,
single
every
one.
song, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's a. Did your parents rock out in the car?
No, well, my parents were a lot older, so my
So
dad
what did
was,
they rock out to?
my dad just was into oldies, like true oldies,
Hey,
50s
like,
and 60s. Yeah, you know,
like
would
real
sing.
old. Where they're like, "Look here, she." Like
kind
that's-
of, yeah. Yeah.
This next song is, you know what I mean? It's about
I mean, he
legalizing the booze, see?
not Bugs Bunny, but yeah,
Wait, that was Bugs Bunny?
that's like the old gangster talk. Yeah, she,
Yeah, that's right. Like, he listened
Yeah,
to
it's
like Al
curtains for
Capone's
you.
greatest hits.
yeah,
That makes no sense, but you know what I mean.
yeah. What he would do, like, I mean, Count Basie, things like that.
Wow.
big band stuff.
Yeah, big band stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, see, my parents were like 70s, like Janis Joplin.
Well, I got
all
that. I got
kind
that
of
side
stuff.
from my siblings, because my sister's
Oh,
my
because your
brother.
brother's way older, right?
Yeah, he's 13 years older than me. and
So
my
he
sister's
rocked
older than
out, and
that.
you got that.
Kind of, yeah. So I picked up from them, but they were into not just radio hits, but kind of cooler stuff like
Yeah,
Fleetwood
yeah.
Mac, Steely Dan.
Yeah.
You know, my brother was into Frank Zappa.
Yeah, mine was all party, booze stuff.
Yeah,
But I still feel like my musical tastes are from, like, without me realizing it, that was just always in the background. So I've always been into, like, you know, Led Zeppelin-y kind of, it's got to be like
Right.
loose party,
Right.
Freebird crap.
yeah. See that kind of, especially the true classic rock, like Zeppelin and Sabbath. I didn't have many influences for that
Right.
until I got into skating.
I feel like America was so exciting to me because I would always hear American anthems playing in my house.
Yeah.
Because it was just, you know what I mean, like the whole, you know, Hotel California and what's the most American song? I forgot what it was.
Oh, Miss American Pie.
No, I think it's
That's the most American song.
No, I'm a joker, smoker,
Oh.
midnight total. Like, it's just so American, it's insane. The guy just, as soon as he starts talking, it's just like, dude, you know what I mean? We're getting
Who is
rocked.
that?
Toker,
Steve- what's
total
his name?
smoker.
Steve Miller
It's
Band.
Steve
yeah.
Miller Band?
Yeah.
Just
That's stop rock,
Oh, okay.
full on.
But that sold America to me so hard because the guys sounds like, you know, smoker and you guys are all party and having a good time and we're American and it's just like, man, I gotta get there. And in the,
I can't think of anything
the
in that
sun-
song that is distinctly American though.
that guy is so American. It's annoying. Like, it's just like, dude, total. He could just be like, dude, total, no way. Having beer and burgers. Like, he could just wank on with that the whole time. And I'd be like,
You
yeah,
would've
man.
loved it. You would have loved it.
Oh, yeah. No, I'd be like, beer, total,
What about
party,
Kiss?
cheese.
What about Kiss? Like rock and roll all night, party every day,
Kiss were
Detroit
too.
Rock City.
Yeah, nah. Because
They're trying too hard.
America is California to me.
Oh, I see.
I don't understand East Coast stuff. East Coast
Got
is
it.
more like it's its own country. They're cold.
Well, isn't that like-
they like smoke cigarettes with no jackets outside?
Isn't
I'm
California
like,
the
I can't
theme of many Red Hot Chili Pepper songs?
Ew! Don't stop doing that. I'll put a dress on right now, dude. Stop. So lame. Oh man, this episode was good until you did that.
All
Yeah,
right,
that
let's go
ruined
Warhead.
everything.
Let's go Warhead then.
Yeah, okay. But seriously, like and subscribe.
Total
It's,
burger.
the sun, because I feel like maybe the little bit of like Islander.
Oh,
in
there's
me.
no sun in Australia.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, but not California sun, dude. It's so cool. It like when you get up and you get beach and you guys are all about surfing. There's like so many surfers,
At
and then
Bondi?
skating came from surfers. sidewalk surfers, and then it's like, dude, we just skate.
So funny because my experience in Australia is beach, sun, Bondi, Surfers Paradise. Surfers. You have a place called Surfers Paradise.
Yeah, it's surfers paradise. It's not. It doesn't sound
skaters'
as
paradise.
good. Yeah,
Understood.
You guys have like nobody had a
What's different
job.
now?
You guys had a job doing it. You know. What do you do? Surf. Well, how do you feed yourself?
Burger.
Get paid to surf. And I'm like, what? How's that, dude? I skate and I get money. What? Like I remember telling my parents, I'm gonna go to America where the sun and turtle and everyone's partying, and then I'm gonna get paid to ride a skateboard. And they were like, bullshit. It's not even a real thing. Stop making up crap.
Did you hear Darren Navarrete said that's his story about his dad seeing his posters on the wall?
Dude, that was from the 9 Club.
Yeah.
That made when he said Hawk. I didn't know
Yeah.
Caballero meant cowboy in Spanish.
Yeah, or gentleman, cowboy, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Yeah, cowboy,
And then
yeah.
and then Mountain. Like, yeah, Mountain and Hawk is a ridiculous made up name. He almost convinced me that you're bullshit. Just from watching that clip, I was like, wait a minute, is your name really Tony Hawk? Or was that like a thing you made up, you know? Because, yeah, good point. All you guys had rock star names. But you know why you had rock star names? Because you're in California.
Oh my
And
God.
it's like where it is, man. Like, your name's Hawk. You know what I mean? Your party, you're Total.
Your name's Party.
Yeah, Bob Total. Like, man, I would change my name to Bob Total. It'd just be like, ow!
To full on.
Oh, full
I'm
on.
Eddie full on.
No, there you go, back to Australia. My name's full on bullshit.
No, full on that was definitely there were certain
That might be one that
slang.
we both have.
There was certain slang that was also like for certain parts of California.
Yeah.
So for San Diego, North County, people would say nectar.
I don't
That's
like
so
that.
nectar, bro.
I don't like that.
Because the
That
most
one makes me
popular
angry.
surf shop was Nectar, and it was the coolest thing to go get a Nectar sweatshirt.
Yeah, stop saying that.
I never said it.
Good. But you just said it like 3 times. Stop.
Well, I'm trying to give you some perspective.
All right,
on-
but I
on
got your
the
perspective. Now
different-
stop saying it.
And full on.
But full
was
on-
like skater talk.
In Australia, full on.
Full on.
We did that too. Mate, full on. And I'd be like, yeah. Okay. Well, I can describe and stuff.
Full on.
Make comments on YouTube.
Oh
Tony.
yeah, we're giving away skateboards. That
Tony
will
is-
happen.
Yep. All right.
I will choose them at random.
Yeah, you will. Be nice. Be flattering. You know? That's going to help. Probably
Not if it's true random,
Oh, wait.
but we'll see.
No, true random, but also not like pick nice ones. Why can't you pick a nice random?
I can.
Yeah. If you're like, hey,
There's
you
no
guys
rule. Hey, we're
suck.
not. We don't have someone overseeing this.
Right. Yeah.
We'll do whatever.
Just play the game.
I could
right.
give all 4 to the same person, but
Yeah.
I won't.
All right.
Okay.
There you go. Good luck, everybody.
All right. Good luck. See ya.